All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. This is the artist Andrew speaking, and I am live streaming. Whoa!
All right.
Just check the volumes. All right, well, we're live streaming now, and this, of course, is the Hero Hour. Let's see here. I sent out some invites, so hopefully somebody will be able to join. I got so much to talk about, so much to do. Needless to say, we've been doing a lot of packing for the move, and I've also been pulling stuff out of the storage in order to, potentially find stuff that goes into the store. And I found a crap load of stuff to the point where if I made videos about it, it would take 5 or 6 videos. I have so much stuff. So I'm looking forward to sharing some stuff with y'all. And oh, hey, Tosspot, how's it going? I'm here for the peeps. Howdy. All right. Well, I don't have any peeps tonight. Sorry. Actually, I don't even have any snacks. I don't think so. Oh, well. But I did find a whole bunch of stuff that I want to share with you guys. Hold on a second. Let me go grab. I have a little stack of art I wanted to share with y'all. Be right back. Hold on. See, now a professional would have this all ready to go, but you know me, of course. So, so I was pulling some bins out of the storage unit, trying to decide what's going to the new place, what's going to the store, what's going back into storage. And I found several bins with art, graphic novels, card sets, just toys, and more toys. And I'm just like so giddy because now I have to build more shelf space in the store in order to display it. But I found a bin that had some original art in it, and I went through it and I found some interesting pieces. I figured I would share them with you all, and since Tosspot, you're the only one here so far, I'd just share them with you. But I had gone to a New York Comic-Con with Todd. Oh yeah, Tosspot, I had to pull out an extra card table, a large table, in order to start spreading stuff out because I have so much stuff. I've got Blu-rays, I've got statues and mini busts that I collected over the years and still in the boxes. Hold on a second. Let me reply to Avery. Okay. All right. I sent him a text message. He's responding. So, but this is a stack. This is just a miscellaneous stuff. This was a character that I was designing. Oh, I forgot where I was going with the story. I had gone to a New York Comic-Con with Todd, and one of the dealers who sold art supplies had the manga paper, which is what this is. Hey, Ahmed, how's it going, man? And I started working on it. I like the size. It's a much smaller size, but actually, let me see what size of these pages. Yeah, it's like 8 1/4 by 11 3/4, but this is manga paper, I guess is the size they work on. And I was screwing around with it, doing stuff on it, and I never actually published anything from these, but it was kind of fun to do. And you can see there's blue line around it and all so forth, so it's kind of cool. These were just some character designs I was doing for a story I was working on. I don't know what the hell that is, but interesting. This is that same girl. And this is some other characters I created. Actually, I did have a story I was working on, and I never finished it. Oh, this is a regular comic page folding. Oh, that's where the size comes from. It's like 11 by 17. Nope, it's a little bit longer. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything. And these were some backgrounds that I did for the Sentinel story. I did the background separate from the foregrounds. This is one of my first. I was doing this before I did Hero, which I did the same thing in. And these were just Sharpie with gray, with most likely it was a Prismacolor markers. And then I used whiteout to make it look like snow on the trees. And actually, some of these came out pretty nice, you know. There you go. Oh, there's another good one. I like that. That's another one. It's nice. Oh, this is the statue. the guy that wrote the story, Ryan, wanted this statue in the story, and he told me just go Google it online, and you can see images of it. And all I did was I just printed out a picture, and then I went over it. And what I didn't realize is this statue is actually pretty big, and I drew it to where it was very small. I had no idea. All the pictures I found didn't have size to it. So, oh, here's one of my original designs for my logo. As you see, it's me. Yeah, Misfit Corner Press. Misfit Corner Press. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Avery?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, hold on a second. Am I not plugged in? Oh, I am plugged in. Avery, you there?
Yes.
Oh, crap. It's coming through my speakers. Hold on. I want it to come through my headphones. Sorry.
Boomer.
Ta-da! Well, see, nobody's here. You can't catch me in the boomer moment if you're not there. But, oh, in regards to that text, is that all right with you?
There's no
what?
There's no need.
Well, I'm doing it for you.
Yeah, there's no need.
All right, well, I may do it anyway, just for the hell of it.
Okay.
But I was telling everybody I'd gone through some bins and found some old art. This is one of my first attempts at my logo, back when it was Misfit Corner Press. Interesting. I completely forgot I did that. And this, I don't know what the hell this is. This is me screwing around with a character design. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's an interesting thing. Oh well. And then these were some pages. I took some pictures of the kids, and I was trying to do my photo realism, where I actually just traced the photos and so forth. But this was a picture of Ayla. This was a picture of my nephew Mark, and this was a picture of Michael. And the story idea was called My Brother the Zombie, in which Michael got bit by a frog and became a zombie. And this was him eating a gecko lizard. And Mike, for some reason, really liked that idea. And this was the logo. This was the image I did for the logo, where you had the frog and the dripping and the shadow and the skull in it, and then it said My Brother the Zombie. So it was cool. But I never got around to doing it. But I had the idea, just never did it.
That's really clean artwork, though.
Yeah, well, I was trying to be very clean and professional. This one I actually did twice. I'm not sure why I did it twice.
Well, you can be professional and your art not be clean.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too.
That's true, yeah.
But
I'm talking, that's like digital clean. You are really sharp with your lines.
Yeah, this was a cornerstone pinup, and I'm not sure exactly why I did it twice. There was something I didn't like about it, and I redid it, and oh well. But this is a character design. This was like a Little Red Riding Hood type character I was playing around with. You know, the thing about this is I didn't sign it and I didn't date it, so I have no idea how old this is. But I kind of like it. I mean, her head's way too big, but then again, that was the style I was going with. So, I don't know. That's something that might sell in the auction. You never know. So I'm so glad I found these. I'll put them aside, and you never know.
Oh, man, I went to go make the prints for Manny.
Yeah?
And they won't make the prints anymore.
Wait,
why
what?
not?
Disney cracking down. Even though I have the legal right, they're like, we can't profit from it. So I have to order them online. So it's going to take I don't know how long to get the prints so I can ship that stuff to Manny.
Dude, that sucks. That
sucks. Shop around, but I don't even. I'm so out of touch with printing.
I know. I already know where to go.
Yeah. Okay. Tosspot says, right the first time, whoa, cool, laugh out loud, and Cujo. And then Ahmed says, Misfit Corner Press, I like the drawing page. And then Tosspot says, dude. So this is a folder I found that had mini prints in it. Prints of stuff that I had done, some illustrations I had done. Some of them are really bad. Some of them actually weren't too bad. But I made like small 8.5 by 11 cardstock prints. This was the kid-friendly Animal Man. I don't know if there's more than one in here, or if it's just one. I think there's just one because these are real thick. They were just done on cardstock. But Here's some Deadpools I had done.
Yeah.
And Finn and Jake and Fiona and Cake. And I don't know why I had to put my name down at the bottom of them. But here's that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one.
Cool.
You remember this one?
Yeah. If I get things back on track, I'm going to invest in one of the archival printers, the Epsons that print with archival ink.
Oh,
so
nice.
So I can just do my own.
Very nice.
The cheapest one is like $600 something for that printer.
How much do the cartridges for those printers run, though?
I think a set of cartridges is it's really expensive. It's a couple $100.
Oof.
I think.
What I hate about those is, like, if you unplug and move.
Well, they have one line of printers that the ink's guaranteed to last for like 250 years.
Wow.
That's the one that's the ink's really expensive. They have another one, the HD Clara printers that use HD Clara ink, where it's guaranteed for like 90 years.
Yep.
Still pretty good. Convention style that are like $20.
Yeah, I watched this whole documentary on printers and how they sell the printers at a loss, but just so they can sell the ink.
Oh yeah.
I think with those Epsons, it's some of those Epsons.
I have an Epson.
Yeah, I'm talking about the archival ones.
Right.
Like my home printer is an Epson, but it's not one of the archival ones.
I couldn't find one that would print the comic book size. You'd think by now they'd
I have that one. No, they do. They have tons of them. I have a $200 one that prints comic book size and scans comic book size. It's $200. It's $200.
Send me a link to that later.
It's the.
I swear to God. I mean, it's probably the simple.
It's the Workforce 7620.
Here, I can just type that in right now.
Workforce 7620. If you just want to be able to print your pencils or your layouts large, it's fine. If you, for convention style prints, the one that the $200 one that's just a printer by itself, $200, that prints the 95-year ink. You know, the HD Clara ink. That's probably good enough for $20 convention printing. Because you know.
I found one for $394 and one for $79.99. What the hell?
Yeah. You can buy a brand new one from for $200 from Best Buy.
What I was looking for was the standalone scanner, and I couldn't find.
Well, this is a scanner printer combo.
Yeah. I was looking for that too. I couldn't find that.
Well, this is decent, except like I can't scan paintings with it. It sucks.
Yeah.
Part of the painting's always blurry. My old scanner was amazing, but that scanner's, to buy a new one of that scanner, it's like $3,000 now, and it was $2,200 back when I bought it.
Yeah, I want to show you guys something. Oh, and I got a story to tell you.
All right.
Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Ahmed says, give me the Deadpool page. I'll definitely pull those aside for you, Ahmed. Tosspot says HP is infamous for that. I think he was talking when you were talking about the cheap printer and then the expensive ink. He says, I missed the girl with the umbrella in the front. And he says, oh, that's death. Yes. Most of those that I just showed you guys were commissions that I had done over like a 2-year period, and then I picked the ones I liked the best and I made them into prints, and I didn't sell very many of them, but I had a folder of them to show people and just thought it was
before
cool
you start your story, kind of going on your artwork. When I came in, you had the zombie story. You said you had would you ever work on a more not really hard R but just R-rated story, Andrew?
Maybe, but I'm kind of engulfed in Hero right now, so it'll be a while before I can break away and do something else.
We're playing fun game.
He never will. He'll never do it.
All right.
Like Cornerstone reboot that we talked about doing was like a PG-13 kind of a maybe R. He'll never do it. He'll never sit down and write it.
I'm gonna have to end up drawing all my own stuff. I hate drawing. I had a zombie short story novella. It was shorter than it was a short story. It wasn't a novella. It was called I was a sexually transmitted zombie.
Oh jeez.
Yep.
So I want to show you guys this. So we're packing, right? And we're moving stuff around. And this is Granny's house, so we're packing a lot of her stuff as well. My wife found this picture. This is a picture of my wife as a young lady.
I mean, oh yeah, it's a woman. It's
she's very pretty. I mean, she was very, very, very attractive. Well, she is still in my mind, but
I finally realize what people, when they look at me and look at my wife, do. I'm looking at you and looking at your wife like, what the?
Yeah, I know. But here's the funny thing. Granny, in her dementia state, went through the house and was pulling stuff and making little notes on the back of them. And at one point, we found a card that said, in case of emergency, call, and it had her daughter's names and numbers. And she wrote underneath it, don't ever call them because they don't care about you. It's like, so we don't know where she got half the things she did. Well, I was looking at this picture going, I really like this picture. Well, I turned it over. And do you know what she wrote on the back of it?
Oh, I don't. Oh.
Jennifer before Fat Andrew.
What the absolute liberty gibbet, bro.
I read that and I went, wait a minute.
Oh,
Fat
Andrew.
Andrew.
God.
And I'm like,
that's her grandmother?
Yes, this is her grandmother. Bitch can die. No,
dude, I was holding my tongue. I wanted to. Thank you.
The thing is, though, you weren't fat when you guys met.
No, I wasn't. Jennifer remembers I had a six pack. I was right out of high school. I was right out of the swim team. I was very physical. I was not physical, but I was very active. It wasn't until I went to DA that I got.
And she wasn't the person that had a sense of humor at all. She wasn't. That might not have been a joke you and her had. That
no. She one time we were in an argument once, and she called me. First she called me a lard ass, and I was like, okay, right, whatever. Well, then later on,
I got beat up being called a lard ass, so it's got a special trigger motion.
Later on, she called me a fat ass, and I begged her. I said, please, Granny, go back to lard ass. At least with lard ass, it feels like I've got a little wiggle room, Fat ass means I just can't get away from that. And I kept begging her, please, just call me a lard ass. And
that's so hilarious because I'm absolutely the opposite.
She hated it when I would do that. But guys, Avery, they refilled the comics at the comic book store.
Oh, cool.
And I found a few gems. I mean, nothing that's of any value, but I found one that is one of these ones that I wanted as a kid and never got because it was too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. Let me see. I don't know if I'm going to go through all of them because I got like 90 comics here.
Hold on.
Oh, but here.
I'll be right back. You do what you got to do.
Okay. But I got a few that I put aside to show Avery. But I figured I'd go through some of these and show them to you guys. Yeah, Ahmed says, disrespect on the fat part. Yeah, I know, but that's okay. So these are some of the comics I found just recently. Some of these I dug up out of my collection. Some of them I bought from the store. Some of them, just all over the place. But New Warriors number 11. This is part of that Forever Yesterday storyline. It's a fantastic storyline, and I'm just trying to make sure I have them. This one, Kodiak, this one might be up your alley. This was a series. It was a 4-issue limited series back in '97 from Chaos called The Lost.
Yes,
it was kind of
like Chaos.
Peter Pan meets vampires.
Mm-hmm.
But what sold me on this series is this cover to number 2.
Oh yeah,
this was Tinkerbell.
That's very Andrew. That's cool.
Yeah, it is, and the art on the inside is very much similar to it. So I mean, it's very cool. But I saw that, and that's what pretty much sold me. We got some Fight Club 2 issues here. I'm just trying to complete.
That's funny because that's only the second thing from Chaos. I guess
I had the first issue of that Lost book.
Yeah, well, the second issue is the one that sold me on the series, and I remember buying this at the comic book store.
Yeah,
when it originally came out.
I bought the first issue.
Yeah.
I was just reading the Megadeth series from Chaos.
Was that Chaos?
Yes. No, I think it was reprinted at Chaos.
I think originally it was a Caliber, wasn't it?
It may have been, but it was. But it at some point was a. I don't think it says here. It says first printing, so.
Okay, maybe I'm way off.
Yeah. But yeah, it was that second cover that got me on it. I got some Superman issues. This is from the Superman run with John Byrne. These are some fantastic issues. I got issues 4, 7, 16, 19, 20, and 21, which features Supergirl, which is pretty cool. I've got a New Avengers. This is Mahmoud Asarad on art, even though Mark Waid did the. Yeah, I'm not going to pay that much money for a Mark Waid book, but we got Strike Force, Moriarty, some DC Comics Presents. I got several of these.
Strike Force, Moriarty.
Moriarty, yeah. Did I say it wrong? It's not Moriarty. It's Moratori.
Yes, you keep.
I keep saying it wrong. Yeah, I know. He meant it.
It's more fun stuff for Todd later.
Yeah, I know. Okay. This is the Great Atomic War of 1986 with the Atomic Knights, the Forgotten Villains, the Metal Men, an issue of Super Dinosaur. I've been trying to find more kid-friendly books that I can put in a bin just for kids, and Super Dinosaur is one of those. Another Strike Force, some old Nightwings, another Strike Force, Moonshine. Check this out. Do you remember this Daredevil issue?
Oh yeah, I never had it. Yeah.
This, I think, if it's not the first appearance of Bushwhacker, it's an early appearance, but it's Rick Leonardi on interiors.
Yeah, I know. I always wanted it, but I never got around to picking it up.
This is great, fantastic.
But I think it was one of those things. It was like $5 or $10 or something back
then. Yeah, exactly. We couldn't afford them back then, you know. Yeah. Then we have
one of those ones that jump up as soon as it came out, kind of thing.
This one.
Well, back then, dude.
Wolverine was very, very popular.
The next month of almost most books, the issue before went to $5 at your comic shop.
Oh yeah, all the time.
If they had any left and put them in their back issues, it went up to about $5 with most books.
Yeah. Yep. Tosspot says ##. That's right. This is not an early issue. This is a much later issue of the Conan the King run at Marvel. But I just absolutely love this cover. It's just gorgeous.
It's awesome.
That's gorgeous.
All of those Conan books have great art.
Well, the inside I'm not sure about, but it was.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a Silvestri pinup, but I don't think he did all the interior art. Well, maybe.
I may even have that book. I'm not sure. I have a pretty good stack of Conans and King Conans I picked up.
Yeah, well, this was. I saw the cover and I bought it for that. We got an early Avengers issue. This one's a little beat up, so it's not worth anything. But Atari Force #1.
They're great reader copies.
Same thing with this one. Superboy and Legion of Superheroes. This is a nice copy. Adventures of Superman Adventures. Warlord. I have a guy that actually comes in regularly looking for Warlord. So whenever I find something, I pick him up.
Oh, I remember that book. He was. Marvel put him out as a He-Man like figure. Remember that? Yeah, he had the sculpt of the He-Man figure they borrowed.
Oh yes, they did. They sure did.
Oh.
Batman and Robin Adventures, of course. Magneto Rex. This is a 3-issue limited series with Brandon Peterson on art. I think I found issues 1 and 3, and I'm still looking for the other ones, but it's a pretty good series. I picked this up only because I never ever saw it.
And very Ninja Turtle-esque.
Yeah, well, this is Adolescent Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters issue 1. But this is actually a second printing, and it's not actually worth anything. But I was looking at it going, this is really bad. But this is back when they tried to gimmick off of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's just funny. But I'd never read it, and I never saw it, so I saw it, yeah.
I never saw it either, but I had heard of it back then.
Heard of it, yeah. This is the Wolverine, the best there is. I have a customer that comes in pretty regularly, and he likes Wolverine, so I usually grab those for him. This is an early issue of Low, issue number 3. This was an Appleseed issue that, it's one of these nice, thick, issues. It's just worth picking up.
Oh, yeah.
A Walter Simonson Thor. This is when Beta Ray Bill gets his hammer.
Yeah, I believe I have that, but anytime I see it, I always pick it up again.
Yep, it's a good one just to flip through.
Any of those Thors, those Walter Simonson Thors, if I come across them, I pick them up even if I already have it.
This is an issue of Damage, issue number 14. I had long stopped buying Damage by that point, so it's nice to catch up. Teen Titans number 7. I don't know if I told you guys the story. I had a young lady come into the store, looking for older Teen Titans. And when I handed her like some of the George Perez, those weren't the ones she was looking for. It was this series that she was looking for. And she bought up all my early issues. So whenever I can find an early issue, I pick them up.
Pope Fire would have kicked her butt. It's like, take both.
Here's some more of those Fight Clubs. This is an early Batman from 91. This is
just before his back got broken.
Norman Brayfogle. No, this is way before that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the 490s is when that happened. So that was a couple years before. But another Atari Force, which, you know, there's certain ones that I know people that come to the store looking for. Like Ahmed likes Wolverine and he likes Hellboy and stuff like that. Todd likes Atari Force. So I mean, when I see them, I grab them. If they don't need them, they don't need them. But I keep them in mind when I'm buying these things.
Batman Year 3. That's when I was buying Batman.
Yep. This was Pat Broderick. And I never liked Pat Broderick stuff, but he doesn't do very much anymore, so his stuff is kind of very collectible.
Go back to that. There's if that's what I think of.
This is George Perez on cover.
If that's the book I'm thinking of, there's a conversation between Batman and Nightwing in that one where he's calling him Dad and he's being a real jerk.
Yeah, they made Dick Grayson a real jerk. Like,
well, they had a rough relationship at that time. So whenever he called Bruce Wayne Dad, he was doing it. The way he was doing it was to be a dick.
Yeah.
Here's some more Wolverine issues. Check this out. Heroes in Crisis #1. The reason why Avery's laughing is because he knows where I bought this and how much I paid for it. So
50 cent.
50 cent. 50 cent. That's right. Here's an early.
You gave a rapper for it?
What?
Never mind.
Here's an early. Oh, geez.
It was a bad joke that you didn't get. Yeah.
Bad dad joke. Bad dad joke. This is an early.
It's just funny, dude. Soy Boy, he's already in the 50 cent bins.
Yeah, this is an early Thor that's actually really nice.
Yeah. Who is that? Is that Keith?
Yeah, I think it's Keith Pollard. He did the layouts and then Gene Day inked it. So
I would like that.
Do they not remember how Crisis, the first one, was the very first comic book controversy? Like, it was split down the middle. Many people hated it.
No, this Heroes in Crisis is they all got hurt fifis. They all have PTSD. They're all butt hurt. I swear to dude, it's him soy boying everyone in the DC universe the way he did Batman.
Oh, Tosspot says Hail Raven, and then Evan's here. Hey, everybody, Evan's here. We can start now.
Oh, my gosh.
He's here, yeah. He says Hail Raven, and then Tosspot says Burn It, and I'm pretty sure he's talking about the... Yeah. Got an issue of Wolverine. This is a Texiera issue of Wolverine. That's not really Texas.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as...
It's not Tex-S or Tex-ish.
Here's
digital.
The reason. No. It's Javier Saltares on Breakdown and Texiera on Finish. So he did the inks. So that's why it's not crazy Texiera stuff.
Somebody colored over him.
Yeah.
The colors are awful.
Yeah,
Avery,
horrible.
Do you remember this?
Yes. Issue? Oh my God, that's
I remember. I know the cover, but I didn't read Iron Man.
This is the issue that I found out Iron Man had a drinking problem. I didn't know about it prior to this. But there's this one scene where the whole thing. It's Barry. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
I want it, even though I've never been a big Iron Man fan. But
I'm gonna show you this one panel in one sequence it was the one thing I remember.
First comic book I remember owning. I was like 6.
So he wakes up. This is all a dream. He wakes up in a pile of bodies, and one of his suits is like throwing out the bodies into the fire, and then all of a sudden. They shift position, and they're in a bar, and the Iron Man suit is like the bartender. And this one panel right here at the bottom where he's huge.
Yeah.
And,
God, it was so gorgeous.
It's so gorgeous. And he says to him, what do you want? And he tells him, give me a double. And he says, sorry, bub, you've had enough. And he's like, what? What are you talking about? And this whole panel that was the thing I remember the most about this issue. But
if you can see gorgeous. Me, I'm waving over my head because I had no idea it was about drinking when I was a kid. I thought it was some psychedelic.
Yeah, this is very much like that one those issues of X-Men with Storm and Forge, where every page is just gorgeous. I mean, the story's good, but the pages are just page after page after page of beautiful. So I will set that aside for you.
I have it somewhere. I was gonna.
Got some Wolverine issues once again for somebody I know. Wink, wink. Detective Comics, Abe Sapien. 2 issues of the Hulk that I found. This one I think I had already had, but I sold it. But this one actually has some Mike Mignola in it. And it's not great, but here, let me show you. There's this double page where he's transforming. That is like, let me get to it. It's like,
hey, that Transformers. I remember that commercial.
This right here. This is just Mignola to the max. You know, it's just gorgeous.
You can see it.
Oh yeah!
Wow, I didn't realize he was there.
Look at that composition. That's still a Mike Mignola composition.
All right, we're not going to look at this Avengers by Way, but check out what I got underneath here.
What's that? Shut up!
The mommy.
Is that for sale?
It will be.
Oh, is that McFarlane?
I will pay.
This is McFarlane. This is year 2. It was a 4-part series, a 4-part issue. The first part was done by Alan Davis, and the last 3 parts were done by McFarlane. And this is one of those issues.
I could never afford those back then.
Same here. That's why as soon as I saw it, I went, ah!
If that's for sale, I understand you probably want more than 50 cents for that.
Well, I'll put it aside for you. But yeah, this was the McFarlane that got the attention of Marvel, because he was still doing like Infinity Incorporated, and then he did these 3 issues, and then Marvel like scooped him up and had him do the Hulk, and that's where he like, I mean, look at that, look how grody that is. That's very much something you would see in Spawn.
Mm-hmm.
It was very early Spawn, and this is, what year is this? 87. 80-frickin-7.
When he made Spawn, he combined the characters he was best known for.
Yeah.
His Spider-Man, Venom, and Batman.
Here, check out this. Check out
what
this.
Spawn was.
Check out the last page spread here.
Dude, I know that image. It's
that's
famous.
Burned in, burned in your head kind of thing. Hey, that commercial on the back. Why do I have such a thing for commercials? Even Saturday morning cartoons. Yep. That commercial. It's just a stupid commercial. That one. The Chips Ahoy commercial.
Whatever.
John
Silly boy. Yes. Typhoid Mary. Typhoid. I'm not sure if you have these or not, Avery, but I saw them and said, ooh, he might be interested in those.
I think I have a couple of them.
It's not great, but it's good, you know?
Yeah. I liked his stuff more then than I do now.
Yeah, this is an early X-Men issue 190. This is John Romita Jr.
Yep, that's the Romita Jr. run I really like.
It's good stuff.
I don't have many of them, but that's the one. That's the put that one out.
See, I have to notice with artists, they have this point where people stop telling them, and they get really.
No.
Go ahead.
What happened to John Romita Jr. is he broke his arm.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He broke his arm, and it broke in a way to where when it healed, he just doesn't have the range of motion. This
is one of the Jim Lee Alpha Flights. This is the later one, though. This is his first issue was 51. This is 57. It's got some nice stuff in it, but it's not the greatest Jim Lee. Here's another Magneto Rex, issue number 3. Detective Comics 600.
I have that one.
Yep, that's a cool one. Another Wolverine. Oh, check it out.
Oh, Body Bags. Wow.
Body Bags, number 1.
Never heard of it. I was looking for... Oh.
You have never seen Body Bags?
I thought that... Wait, go back. Oh. I thought that was a Marvel guy.
No, this is
I have a toy of him.
Yeah, no.
Marvel put out the toy or something. Because every time I got the toy, I had no idea about this freaking comic, and that looks badass.
This is Jason Pearson this is probably when he was at his best.
Yes.
When he was doing his own thing.
Funny enough, that character is on my Marvel shelf, and he's not even Marvel. Oh my god.
Yeah. Got an early issue of Wolverine.
That's another Silvestri.
Yes, it is.
One of his last ones.
Yep, it is.
So it's still clean and gritty and clean and gritty.
Clean and gritty. And beautiful. Beautiful.
It's the Dan Green inks, man.
Yeah.
Him and Dan Green are so good together.
We got an early Teen Titans issue, issue 12 with George Perez, which is pretty fantastic. You gotta love that. I'm trying to find early issues of the JLA when it was Grant Morrison and Howard Porter, because some of those issues were fantastic. This is issue number 4.
Oh, I used to do
I know I had all of them, so we got a Spectacular Spider-Man 91. This is what's his name? Al Milgrom and Jim Mooney on inks.
Jim Mooney, that's the guy I used to have the Amazing Spider-Man page from.
Yep. Well, he's the one that I had the Thundercats page from. So, Strange Talents of Luther Strode, whatever. This is an early Thor. This one's actually pretty fantastic. It's not the first appearance of the Wrecking Crew because each of these characters have been introduced before. But
put it in my star.
Okay. Are you going to come out and see me this weekend? Maybe.
Yeah. I'll bring you lunch.
Oh, all right, all right.
You want to hear?
Class?
I will make it 30 seconds.
What's that?
Another Kodiak story. Those Thor.
Yeah.
Back in around 2004, when I barely even got on the computer and didn't know eBay, I gave it to an elder in my church who had his own business, and he knew a lady that did eBay. So I gave him like Thor number. It was Thor early run, like Thor number or Mighty Thor number. Almost an entire set of Thor. It was like $300, and it went up to like 300 or 400 or something like that. You see what I mean? And she lost them, and it was legit. She didn't know what to do with them. There's a bigger story behind that, but I promised 30 seconds. She lost them. And I didn't care because I wasn't doing anything with comic books at the time. That's I keep rereading that. I don't know why people disliked the Nightfall series. I loved it. Yeah, this is the actual issue 497 where he actually gets his back broken. That's first print, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I don't think they made more than one print simply because there were so many of them. There are millions of these out there. I've had many different prints. Not many, but like 2 or 3. Yeah, and these two were bagged together, so they technically got counted as one. So I picked up both of them. Yeah. Atari Force number 12. This is the last of the one that Todd's looking for because this is the last one with Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. Look at that one panel. That's just gorgeous. Just the simplicity of his design and freaking A. I'd be a millionaire if I could draw like that. All right, check this out. Battleground Earth, Invasion Book 2
You
of 3.
can draw like that and you're not a millionaire. Just want to keep you down to earth.
Do you know who did the interior art on this one? I'll give you a hint. We've already been gushing over his art multiple times. Guys, this is McFarlane.
I have some of those Invasions McFarlanes I got out of the 50-cent bins before.
Yeah, this is
I'm not sure if I have that one, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember if he came back to DC or if this was like one of the last things he did for DC, but
there was a little bit of back and forth, I think, in there.
Yeah, there might have been because
he did some back and because neither one for a while had him exclusive, and he did some quick hopping back and forth.
Yep.
I think that was that's during the phase he's learning the business, and he's not.
Yeah. Giant size Daredevil number 260. This issue is absolutely fantastic because he goes up against a bunch of his different bad guys, and what John Romita Jr. did is like every time a new bad guy came onto the stage, he did a splash page or a double page splash. So he takes on Bullet, and then all of a sudden he's taking on Bushwhacker, and you get a double page spread.
That's awesome, John.
when you say double,
and then
like he did two runs on X-Men and 2 runs on Batman. It's all good, but the first runs on Daredevil and the first run on X-Men are my favorite.
And then he gets away from that guy, and then all of a sudden the Wild Boys show up, and you get a splash page with them. Yeah. And then, of course, the last person he takes on is Typhoid. She shows up. And that's just it's just fantastic. We got All-Star Batman number 1. This is actually a different cover from the one that I have in the store. So
somebody's telling you to burn your books in the chat.
Yeah, I think that was Tosspot, and I believe he was speaking of Identity Crisis or whatever it was.
Yeah, the Tom King book.
Here's another Warlord issue.
Somebody's going to come along and snatch those Warlords up.
Yep. Yeah. And this is number 1 from that Superman run, the John Byrne, so it's fantastic. Wow. Deadly Class, Wolverine. Oh, look, Spider-Man with Wolverine, number 11. Oh, look what I found!
Oh my gosh, dude! When her and Carol Danvers are separated,
this whole issue is nothing but absolute gorgeousness. Every page is fantastic. Get split
out in the Savage Land. Oh my gosh, dude! That issue was awesome.
She's in the Savage Land and she's doing her
during
thing.
the whole run of the Captain Marvel movie. I kept posting that picture on the cover, going, "Why can't Rogue take her powers again?"
This is one of the most well-known and memorable costumes that she had. Was the torn costume that she wore in the Savage Land.
Yes,
that's just dude. This is just gorgeous.
Oh, that reminded me of another thing I wanted to ask you guys. So I'll set it in the chat. Ignore the group chat. I'm just writing down notes.
So it's another. And then here's Lobo number 2. This is from the Simon Bisley run.
Oh, that's
and another Warlord, another Wolverine. I think he may already have this Wolverine, but I saw
did you go past the Lobo?
Yeah.
I was looking down. Yeah, I just downloaded a crap ton of Lobo. Oh man.
Yeah, it's the Bisley Lobo, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's 1990. Whoa.
It's the best Lobo. There's been some other people that do some cool Lobo comics. I'm not hating, but
But it's not, because it's like DC got into heavy metal. Yeah. You know?
Now, normally when I see X-Men classics, I skip them because they're reprints.
I bought it back then, dude. I
saw this cover, the Mike Mignola cover, and I just couldn't pass it up because I just loved it.
Yeah, it's
Mike
good.
Mignola cover, and yeah. You know what's so funny is I've actually seen classic X-Men issues for X-Men issues I already have. it's like reprints of ones I already have, so it's just. But I got a couple of gems in there, and I also bought some new bags and boards, and my wife is actually putting the bags and boards together for me as we speak.
Cool.
She's wonderful, and I'm gonna bag and board all these. I don't know if I'll have them all done in time to get to the store tomorrow, but there are a few that I know specifically I'm gonna put aside. So
I'll bring lunch Sunday.
Okay. All right. You go to Whataburger, no mayonnaise, no mustard.
I won't go to Whataburger.
Okay. Oh my God! I got a Whataburger story for you guys.
What's that?
Okay, I got to tell you the story. Okay, everybody sit back. It's share time. I'm gonna actually turn off the camera because you don't. This is just me talking to you. Just me talking to you. This morning, I stopped off at Whataburger, and there was a young lady who worked there, who got there right after I did, and she walked past me, and she was all kind of gorgeous. Now, in the real world, she'd probably be maybe a 6, maybe a 5.5, but she was a Whataburger 9.5. Okay, she was probably the best thing I'd ever seen in that restaurant in my life. Now, let me just describe this woman to you. Okay, the thing that killed it for me is the blonde hair. She had this beach blonde hair. I'm not a big into blondes. Just not that I ignored that. She had rolls and curves in all the wonderful places. She had rolls, yes. I like my ladies a little thicker. I'm okay with that. She had a button-up shirt that was, if she coughed, it would have bursted open. It was that tight.
Bursted?
Bursted, okay?
Bursted.
And her jeans, or the pants that she was wearing.
Hashtag pound sign.
Hashtag pounds. Oh, I definitely pound sign that one. Her jeans. Avery, you got to hear this part. Her jeans were so tight that when she put her cell phone in her back pocket, I was honestly worried for the cell phone. I thought the cell phone was going to crack in half because those jeans were just that. Oh, they were
that tight on the badonkadonk.
And I kept having to look away so that I could see her in my peripheral because I knew she would turn and look and see me staring right at her. And I just worked so hard to not stare. Okay.
Oh.
Now here's the bad part. My meal comes, I take it, and I leave. I walk out to the car, and I reach into my pocket to get my car key, my one and only copy of my car key. And guess what I find in my pocket? a hole in my pocket.
Oh, mother.
I'm immediately, oh, shoo. My car's still there, so nobody found my key. So I'm very, very happy. I go back in. I'm looking around on the floor. People are looking at me, and I'm just like panically looking around. And then I go towards the door, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, where could... And then I realize I'm wearing jeans. And I tend to wear jeans that are a little bit bigger than me. So they're bunched up at the bottom. I lift up my pants, and the keys slide right out onto the floor. I pick it up, and I walk out. I don't say nothing to anybody. I walk out, and I get into my car, and I say to myself, this is how God punished me this morning for thinking bad thoughts, for staring at a woman, and thinking bad thoughts. This was... God is a
justice warrior punishing you for your male gaze.
I was so infatuated with... I was so worried about that cell phone. I mean, I literally... My heart skipped a beat when I saw her push that cell phone down into that back pocket, to the point where I was like... I could hear it screaming.
Oh, please.
It's screaming for help. And God punished me. He slapped me in my place and said, hey, you're a married man. Get to work. You're running late. Get to work. Stop staring at these young ladies. And I don't know if this was young
degenerate.
That was God's way of slapping me down for being...
Yeah, God left his office just to
smite you.
Just to smite you of all people.
You. Yeah. God doesn't have to worry about smiting you. You'll do it to yourself.
See, God doesn't. He doesn't give me good things without punishing me a little bit at the same time. So
he was sitting there going, "Dang, I sent that for him to enjoy and look at." And
oh man, that was bad. Okay,
guys, sorry I dropped out. My freaking computer decided it was time to update.
Oh, that's not good.
It's
they do that.
The Windows.
They go, hey, you know what? I know you're doing something, but
yeah. So I wanted to tell you this because this is the only thing of interest I had last night. Tara come to me, and she had this idea of me doing a flyer, an important flyer for her. So whenever my wife, because she supports my art so much, whenever she asks me to do something artistic like a flyer, she'll give me a simple idea, and I'll try to take it where it's not over, but it's definitely not what she thought of. And I try to wow her, and it's everything else gets put to the back burner. So I stayed up until 5 o'clock this morning doing this flyer for her. Costco is actually teamed up with her car lot, and so I finished the thing 5 o'clock this morning, hit send to her email. It's great. She's so happy about it. She goes to her main manager, her manager. Everybody's like, whoa, that's cool. Print it out. Let's go with it. And the leader of her department, she finally gets it to him. Last person, the naysayer, the guy that'll find anything wrong. She brings it to him, and she's like, yep, they told me to go with this. And he's like, you can't use Costco. Now, I already knew this, but I figured they were teamed. So when you're in cahoots, when you use somebody else's name of, hey, you get a discount here at this car lot, surely that car lot can use your name to promote that deal, right? No. Even the owner of the car lot had to one time call people and tell them to take down a banner they had over the whole car lot because Costco was so butthurt about them using their Costco logo. So I spent a good amount of last night, stayed up way later than I intended to, making this flyer for my wife, and she can't use it because the people that are involved with it won't let them use their logo. It's just like, what? It's aggravating. It's like and everyone loved it. I was like, it's not a skill I wanted, but apparently everyone. Meanwhile, while I'm doing this, Art T Bear is blasting my ear off on Facebook, wanting me to do a promo video for his new campaign coming out in August, and I'm jumping on that. He's like, you could tell that him and Hall like, how much is it going to cost? I'm like, fucking nothing. You're RT Bear. What are you kidding? I'm jumping at this. I'm actually nervous. I want to do one. This wasn't my intended artistic output, but if I can make a video for his campaign, I'm going to jump at it, right? So it was an interesting night to say the least. It's like, you can't use that. Why? I'm selling your product. You asked me to.
Did you guys realize I left and came back?
No.
Okay, good.
Oh, but I realized what's in your hand.
So I wanted to show you guys some of the other stuff I found that I'll be taking to the store this weekend.
Oh,
This is, check this out.
Furry book.
This is Black Sad. This is Dark Horses. These are both hardcovers.
That's the furry book that made me proud to be a furry.
This is, it's not a furry book.
It's just anthro. But it looks fantastic. That's like that's like European album size.
It is. This is one of the inspirations for the way Hero looks. Is this gorgeous here?
That's hardbound, dude. How much is that? $20 a piece or more?
This one, believe it or not, has $19.99 on it, and this one has $29.99.
I did not know they were that old. I just downloaded those digitally.
Yeah, there is a third one. I think it's called Armadillo. Yeah. But this is fantasy cartooning by Ben Caldwell. This is a pretty fantastic book. This is it's like his art book, and it's really great. I think Ben Caldwell is a fantastic illustrator. But he's got some pages in the back here where he was doing his version. I don't know if he was doing it with somebody else. Oh, maybe it's not in this. Maybe it's in another one. But he was doing a Dracula story, and it's just great. This is The Art of Mitch Bird, Volume 1, actually signed by Mitch Bird. He is another one of those super fantastic. Oh, boobies. Sorry. I gotta
flip. God, edit!
Gotta flip through it fast.
It's a beautiful book. I want both of those.
It's a beautiful book. Look at this.
Bob's.
It's Bob's. It's animated Bob's, but he likes his ladies nice and thick, and I'm very much a fan of that. So very, very, very awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a time when both YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram were adamant about the artwork is not censored, but here lately it's gotten weird, and there might be a censor on artwork.
Hey Tank, how's it going? I mean, let me.
What the hell?
Hold on a second.
That?
Tospa says looks like the monster from Kubo and the Two Strings. Then he says the Lobo run from a couple of years ago sucked. That is true.
Did it?
That is true. Yeah. Says the Dr. Pepper Shake Rocks Beats, aka Black Cow. I don't know what that means. And there's promo video for art. Cool. For inside info, what does B&W ship? B&W ship? I don't know what he's talking about. And says I'm taking a comic book vacation until September. Sorry, have all Wolverine, SpongeBob, Captain America, Hellboy, Batman, Magneto, X-Force, Venom, Drax, Weapon X, and Constantine comics for me. Oh, that's right. He did tell me he was going on vacation. It's all right. I'll save them for you. Not a problem. And then Tank says, I got here right on time. Bob's. Hi, everybody. Hey, Tank. Like I said, I'm here for the Blu-rays. Oh, trust me, I'm bringing even more. Hey, Ahmed, to be honest with you, one of the other dealers at this flea market has offered to buy all of my stuff. So get there while you can. Because I gave him an offer for buying them all, but we'll see if he goes for it. So Tank says, hi, Andrew, Kodiak, Tosspot, and friends. Oh, hey. In other words, he calls Avery a friend. Just a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. What does Black and White ship? Promo? Wait, what?
Oh, wait, it's Black and White. RT Bears. When does it ship?
Oh.
He's asking. I think he's asking Kodiak if Kodiak knows.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, dude. I'm just. That's one of those things that just happened last night. I have this. It's kind of not even hit me full, and I'm panicking because I'm not a professional. I don't know how to, meet a deadline or whatever, And I'm even though I'm doing it for free, and I should be like, yeah, I'm going to do this for free. I already told him, and it's like he's such a good guy too. So, oh man, that's so fun.
All right, so here's a funny thing. I got this book. This is The Art of My Little Pony, and it features a couple of different artists. Mm-hmm. Tony Flex, Jay Fosgitt, Agnes Garbowski, Brenda Hickey, Andy Price, and Sarah Richard. I actually have original art by Jay Fosgitt, Agnes Garbowski, and Andy Price in my collection.
I don't know who any of those people are.
But they draw. They're famous for drawing, My Little Pony, so I doubt you would know them.
Yeah.
But art's art. Oh my gosh, what is this?
Throw that in the trash.
The Surreal Adventures of Edgar Allan Poe, Book 2.
Throw that in the trash.
Do you want to
Edgar Allan Poe? That is so disrespectful.
Here, Avery, I'll take this one and I'll throw it in the trash.
Throw those in the trash right now.
This is Kodiak. This is the book that Avery worked on, but I'm not going to show you the inside.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That book I did an image. That's a silver line. That's shadow line.
That's one of the 2 books that he did.
That's why I recognize.
That's one of the 3 books. One of the books I did.
Wait, did you do the whole interior?
I did all of it. I did uncredited grayscale assists on the first one. I did all the art for the second one. Then there was a disagreement, and the third one never happened.
But how's your art? How do you feel your art is in that book that he's got right now?
It's garbage. He's
150% better than he was back then.
And I wasn't even allowed to draw in my style. I had to try to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Else.
It'd still be nice to have, but yeah, I want.
I don't know if you ever saw this.
Flip through it so they can see it. It's
all right.
Slip through it so he can see that.
Hey, I've seen some Elliot Fernandez. He said was trash, and I looked through it. See, this is better than that. And he said it was trash, and it was trash. But that's still at least that's actually. Andrew, can I buy one of those off you?
Yes, I will put one aside for you.
Yeah,
that won't be a problem.
That's not trash.
It printed like none of those black inks were meant to be black. I thought they would all print blue-black, lighter than that, but
yeah,
it didn't. But I didn't. It's because my monitor was too dark.
Yeah, but at least that looks decent enough to like. I mean,
yeah, but it's. I was. I didn't even get to draw.
See, look, Bruce the Little Blue Spruce is in here as well.
Yes, I colored that children's book Jim Valentino drew.
Yep.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Avery, I don't know if you ever saw this one, the Inhumans original graphic novel from Marvel. This is Brent Blevins on art.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, Inhumans.
Oh, wait, go back to that. Yeah, right. Go back to that one.
Then he goes, it's Brent Blevins. I'm like, oh.
And this is early, really great.
Oh, there it is. That panel. Okay, I seen it. I'm good.
Yeah, they already announced they're making this into a movie, and Medusa is going to be played by Halle Berry.
That's good.
What?
That's fine. That's fine with me. What's not fine with me? I mean,
I'm just joking. I'm going with the whole thing about
ginger
the ginger.
Yeah. Oh, right. No, they've been replacing them with white people for the longest time, so now it's nothing new.
Get all the redheads.
All right, and here's some original art that I found. This, believe it or not, was the original first page for Hero Book 1.
Oh, that's so gorgeous. Why is that so gorgeous?
It got replaced. It got redone and was replaced with the treehouse by the brook, by the water.
I think that's affecting me so much because that's what I'm trying to work on right now is my backgrounds, and since my book is in Nevada, it's kind of like that. So that to me,
here's an attempt at a watercolor by me. This is actually on hard watercolor paper. No, not illustration. This is actually a canvas pad.
Oh, okay.
It's just me trying. It's once again one of the reasons why I don't color. Yeah,
it's not that bad.
Now these 2 pages are from like high school. I mean,
you're better
really bad.
You're better in high school than I am right now. So
is it just me or does Cyclops look like a monkey? But here it gets worse. Here's the second page, which I don't understand exactly what I was doing here, but
oh my gosh, I remember that.
But what's so bad is whatever I did
underneath.
Whatever, I don't know if I screwed up or
it was a pop-up book.
It was a pop-up. I have no idea who that character is right there. Really?
Okay, real quick, Avery, story time. When you saw it then, how did you feel, though?
Oh, we thought it was awesome.
Yeah, it is, but we see what he's trying to do with the panel breaks and stuff like that. I've been like,
right.
You got to really know what you're doing to do the panel breaks on a picture. because I've been looking at that a lot with like Texera stuff that I downloaded. He cuts a picture and then he cuts it, and you're like, why does that work? And I can't figure out why it works. So it's a very difficult thing to do.
All right, check this out. These pages right here are actually from Hero Book, from Cornerstone Book 3. Because I was going to go back and tell the origins of the characters. Like, this is Venus, the vampire. She was the sniper of the team. This was her in not trainer school, but sniper school or whatever. And this was the werewolf guy, and it makes more sense. Here's the page. This was the splash page. The first.
Oh my
page.
God, you got a Tank Ferret in your chat.
Yeah, I know, he's in there. But
that's that page.
Like I said,
awesome.
Cornerstone was sort of a soft R.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
This cartoony style threw people off when they read the story.
Yeah,
all this very cartoony style that looks like a kid's show, and
the whole perspective of this page is so effed up. It's so wrong.
Yeah, they just didn't realize it was before its time then, because that's what.
Well, this has never been published. This was a story that never got finished. I got into it, but never got finished. And
who wrote it?
Me. Well, it was never written. I just started drawing it. But this was a part of a splash page, and this was a school field trip page, and I mean, it had to do with the origins of the city and so forth. And let me see if there's anything good in here.
Andrew, you're my duck to Naples.
Yeah.
I can't have Duck to Naples because my kid's such a big fan, but you're my Duck to Naples.
Oh, and then there was a story I was doing about a puppet that was stuck in a comic, and it was inspired by a Clive Barker story that Avery and I had listened to on audio CD.
I was listening to that last night and at work today.
Yeah, this was a story that was inspired by that. Oh. This is a splash page from that issue that I was working on.
That's a good splash page.
Yeah, I actually had Michael lay down on the kitchen floor to pose for it. Took a picture of him.
So he's not laying down flat. He's okay. I see.
Yeah, his
horrible.
His head has been smashed in by this character. The guy attacked his wife, so he. Yeah, well, that's what happens. Oh yeah, here's a panel from the story with Venus. That's not bad. Could be better, but
I like
in the story she's at the firing range, and the guy he's telling her to fire, and she hits the bull's eye like 3 times in a row, and then this other Weasley guy comes and says, "Hey, the boss needs to see her. She needs to be dismissed." So she gets up to leave, and the trainer guy yells at her, says, "You don't leave my field without properly discharging your weapon." And she stands there, and what she's doing is she's actually shooting at the range, shooting at the thing, and she hits it dead center without even looking, because she's just that awesome. But women power.
Oh, come on! Now you had to go and ruin it.
Yes, that's what he does.
But this was art for a story that never got published, but I was working on it, and yeah, this was the last page from the book. For the first issue, as they get to the apartment and they find the dead body with his head crushed in. Damn, that's violent.
Oh, that's so good.
That's just too much for me. I'm not that violent. But yeah,
you drew it.
You're not going to believe what I found. I actually found all the original art for Tales from the Cornerstone issue 1, the original pages. Because at one point I had finished the entire first issue and went back and redid them from scratch all over again, and did them all over again. But I found the original pages. So it's crazy. That's just something I always did. The guys called it doing a Drew, when you get done with something and then you'd start all over again.
Yeah, like he had drawn an entire issue and then redraw it.
And then say, I don't like this, and then start all over again.
He's done that more than once.
I've done it to the point where they actually say it's doing a Drew. It's pretty bad. But guys, this is just a small inkling, a small piece of the stuff that I found this weekend, or this week, and there's just so much more stuff. I don't know if I'll be sharing it all on the streams or not, but I just got so much more stuff. One more thing. Hold on a second. Let me go grab it. Let me show it to you.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Well, I gotta go grab this. Hold on, wait.
I really wish he would do Instagram and put some of this stuff on there, or what, or something. Just
the way they've changed the algorithm, dude. Every time I post on Instagram, I'll gain a few followers, then I'll lose
more.
All right, check this out.
Yeah, like I knew I had passed because I struck right 666, and then the next day I looked and it was like 550, and I'm like, what the axe?
I went up to around 500, a little over, then I lost a bunch, and I can't get back to that.
What the hell are you talking about?
Instagram.
Oh.
You'll post something on Instagram, you'll get a couple of followers, then you'll lose 2 times that.
Yeah. Or how about this? I used to get a steady 40 people who were watching my stuff. I actually was gonna write you, Avery, and have you kind of look at a drawing of mine and give me a straight, hardcore, like honest thing, because I feel like it's one of my best pieces. And I posted it twice, and it got this. I just don't get it. If there was people who actually liked art, they should, go back to that 40, and I got like half or like 15, 16.
Yes, they changed the algorithm to like a Facebook-like algorithm. So only about 10% of your followers see your posts.
Do they not learn that Facebook is dying?
They don't care.
All right.
They want you to be a business profile, and they want you to pay.
All right, just to catch up on the chat, Tank Ferret says, Tosspot, I'm shipping Monday with exclusive first look at the final character designs for you and anyone else who purchased it in the last week. Tank says, color prints for the final character designs for Scalpel Zero. I don't show anyone else till you see it first. And then Tosspot says, nice. And then Tosspot says, you are the man, Tank. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Tank says, it's my way of saying thank you. And then Tosspot says, Avery is a meanie. Yes, he is. And then he says,
Avery's like, what did I do?
Cujo. It was way early on. Tank Ferret says, pop-up comics, I'm in. Oh, must have been back when you were talking about how crappy my high school art was.
I didn't say your high school art was crappy.
He said they loved it back then.
Yeah, I don't think so. No. All right, then Tosspot says, Venus the Vampire, a sniper? Dude. He says, like the reflection. Splash page, get it? Andrew, how is that horse? Tosspot says, Andrew, how is that horse getting through the door? That was actually part of the story. But checking out her assets, he says, and says, Andrew, those are scary. I think he's talking about these. Back a few years ago, I did the art for a kid-friendly web series called Glob World, and these are actually pages from that. Wait a minute. Ahmed says, Andrew, is your wife going to see Crawl the Crocodile movie? I'm going to see that on Tuesday. Mike went and saw it yesterday, said he loved it. So have a good time. Enjoy it. This is the art from the book. Did a double page splash featuring all the main characters. Now, when you guys look at this, remember that this is a kid-friendly, type of book. So it's definitely not up your alley. I understand, but it was fun. It was fun. All the different characters had all these different things that they did and in the story and so forth. And yeah. I remember it being much more cooler, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. I got to keep all the original art. Actually, these pages are really nice. The backup stories.
How old is that stuff?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Yeah, I've never even seen it. He never even showed me these.
Yeah, this is from a while ago.
He hid them.
But yeah, it was a property that that Action Labs. I did it for Action Labs, and they had gotten the what is it when you pay for the property and you do the comic and so forth?
License.
He got the license to do it. Yes.
Yeah.
And then after we were done with it, the company folded. I guess they spent way too much money too quickly, and oh well. There are some nice pages in here, but I don't think anybody's going to be ever looking for these. But I have all the pages that I did. There's some backgrounds and so forth.
One day, though, you might find a hardcore fan of your work who appreciates them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I was telling you, I found Norman Brayfogle pages, Archie pages online for sale. You know, this is something that, you know, somebody who is a fan of mine might be looking. I don't know. I doubt anybody's looking for. But I forgot. I completely forgot I had all of them. So.
Or like fans, when they become fans of yours and they find out you can do a different style, like. I didn't want to say Elliot Fernandez because there was somebody else I was looking at the other day that I was like, whoa, he can do this style. And I was like, wow, just the different styles that he can master. And that's you. You have so many. When you pull out some of these old troves, you're like, that's what I was about to say about Junior. Junior, you can always tell it's Junior. And at some point it was just, okay, he's just drawing a book. But that's okay because he's just telling story. I didn't know about the broken arm thing, but you can always tell it's him. And he never, Rob Liefeld the same, McFarlane the same, a lot of these guys, they never tried to keep going back and bettering themselves to find new styles. Randy Rhoads is one of my favorite guitar players because he would go to a new town, he would look up a guitar teacher and try to go teach himself some new stuff.
Here's the thing in comics, man. Once you get known for a particular style, a particular thing, typically no one wants to see anything else from you. When you try to step outside of that, they get.
Then Randy Bachman. Randy Bachman.
They get butthurt. They like when Bart Sears did Faith. Whoa, a lot of his hardcore fans were like, "What the heck?"
Yeah,
they didn't like it.
You got to Richard Bachman it then. Because if it's good, it's good.
Yeah, but a lot of people, especially in comics,
you're right.
They don't.
Yeah. Do you remember when Jim Lee did Death Blow?
Oh yeah.
And he tried to do like a Frank Miller style.
A lot of people hated it.
A lot of people were like, "What is this crap?" You know.
Yeah, they didn't. That's not what they wanted.
Yep.
They wanted Jim Lee Uncanny X-Men Mallcats.
But at this time, if he would have said, "Oh, new talent, Image, new talent," Randy Doe would have sold more. Was it good? But that's my way of saying, was it good?
He was trying to do a homage to Frank Miller.
Homage.
Yeah.
Homage. Did I say homage?
Yes.
I did. I said.
I do it too.
And you said homage. It's homage.
That's one of the words that I say that Todd finds hilarious. Is when I say homage. He's like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
But
homage. But what we were saying about it is it wasn't good. But even Frank Miller didn't like it. Frank Miller actually made fun of it in Sin City. His attempt to do it.
I had a friend. A big, huge metalhead screamo, and one of the biggest letdowns in metal history is the album Load, Metallica, which I loved because that's about the time I got into Metallica. But most Metallica fans that were old school Metallica hate it. I was showing this friend them playing it live one time, so they sped it up, so it was about 10 years later, and they were playing a song. He's like, "What song is that from?" I'm like, "It's from that album you said you burned." You know, it's like they weren't ready for it then, but later on they became ready for it because it was fucking Metallica, right? Jim Lee, when you become a brand of yourself, that's what Stephen King was discovering with the Richard Bachman thing is fans or whatever you call them, or critics and fans and the mixture of and everything in between, want you to stay with the style, but then you can't grow. I remember seeing some Death Blow stuff, and it looked. I remember before I could draw, pulling some of it for inspiration for my characters, So it was awesome artwork, but because it was Jim Lee, now you can't be anybody but Jim Lee. But guess what? Those same fans, when they got bored of Jim Lee, they turned against him because he didn't grow, right? Or he didn't change, or he didn't do something different. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I just like, I'm bored with Jim Lee. Yeah, he could draw me under the table, but every time I see him, I'm just like, I
know a lot of people that are bored with like Alex Ross. You know, his art's fantastic, but it hasn't changed in 20 years. You know?
I'm not bored with good Jim Lee art. Good. Yeah. It's just since he's been also an editor and all that stuff at DC.
Yeah, bigwig, pretty much. Yeah.
Most of the stuff he's done since then is not what he's truly capable of.
Right.
Hush is awesome.
Right.
But a lot of covers and a lot of the issues he's done here and there for stuff, like that new Superman, new 52, not his best. The reason I have the graphic novel, the hardback trade for the new 52 Superman is because it was $6 hardback at Ollie's.
Yeah. Plus, it also had a lot of other stuff in it as well.
Yeah.
You know, it had pencil pages. I
was like, this is at $50 Jim Lee. I'll take it for $6 though.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Now, if it was all the quality of Hush, I probably would have bought it for $50 when it came out hardback.
You got a good point, and it's ironic that he sold Wildstorm because he didn't want to. Wildstorm. He sold Wildstorm because he didn't want to be the business guy anymore. He just wanted to draw, and then he did Hush, which was great. And then what did he do? He became the businessman for DC.
Yeah.
Well, he saw the writing on the wall and figured, I'm getting older. I need to make as much money as possible. Mm-hmm. And they offered him the lucrative deal to go to DC. And they kind of, I bet you there was somebody in a meeting that said, hey guys, we're going to get Jim Lee, but we got to get all that crap from Wildstorm, you know, Gen 13, who really cares? Death Blow, Wildcats hasn't been important in 20 years. They said, but we're getting Jim Lee.
Yeah. They started to integrate it all into the DCU, then killed it.
Yeah.
There's still stuff that's still part of it. They're still doing part of it, but it's not like it was. It's not like, oh my gosh, we got the Wildstorm characters, you know?
Yeah, no, they don't.
Nobody cares anymore. So
all of a sudden you'll see Grifter as a background character in something.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the heck, dude? You know?
Yep. Well, yes, but here's the thing. They got Jim Lee.
True.
It's true.
So, and there's enough in his name. Whether or not he actually does anything, there's enough in his name.
Have you seen the Jim Lee DC backpacks that are on Indiegogo?
No.
There's an Indiegogo for these backpacks, for artist backpacks.
Oh, I did see an advertisement thing on that.
Yeah, well, they have a DC logo on the inside of like the part of the backpack that goes against your back, and they open to where it's easier to get portfolios in and out of them.
Oh, jeez.
And they have like Jim Lee's name on them. Jim Lee's in the advertisement. It's doing good. I wouldn't buy one, but it's doing good.
That's kind of like what's the boxer, the George Foreman grill? It's a Jim Lee backpack.
Yes.
You know, somebody created it and they made the agreement to slap his name on it, and there you go.
If they want you to pay, and I'm going way back to the Instagram, if they want you to pay, that's fine if it works. But like, this is, I can't talk to Mike. Mike, unless you're on his radar, he doesn't care. If I was to talk to Mike, I would tell him like, look, you're paying, and it's only getting to the people that are already subscribed to you. So why?
No, if you pay for an ad, more of your people who are subscribed will see it, and it'll show it to other people who have similar interests.
Yeah.
Who has money? Yeah.
If I had the money to have to pay for a celebrity to back my project, you know who I would get?
Avery.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu, yeah.
Because I don't know anybody who doesn't like Keanu Reeves.
This is true.
He could do no wrong.
Oh, I've been seeing a thing though. They're trying to set him up to take him down. I think. I don't know. I'm a little bit more cynical than I used to be, and lately, it seems like everything good they try to take down.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's part of the media and the people in this country specifically. They like to see people be brought up, to be built up, only to be brought back down later.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it makes them feel better. You know?
I literally was having this exact conversation with my wife, and I said, "Don't be shocked if in a year or two Keanu Reeves disappears again. He's too smart for it. He's gonna disappear, but he's gonna disappear worse than he did before. He's gonna be like, nope, I'm out. Peace."
Hey, as long as he's still making John Wick movies, I don't care.
No, I don't want him to overdo it. Like 3. 3 was enough. Maybe 1, and then 1 specialty.
They're already announced they're making another one. There's a 4th one coming.
Yeah, but they're gonna fucking milk the cow.
Hey, every single one. 2 had its moments where it lagged, but I put those 3 movies high up on my fun to watch list. Yes, they're just like the Twilight movies. If you watch them all together, they're fantastic.
Oh, my ears! Ow! Ow! Why did you do that? Ow! No.
Andrew's a cringe terrorist.
Cringe terrorist. He sniped me.
Set it up and laid it out, my friend. Set it up and laid it out. All right, let me catch up.
The thing about your setup and layouts is there's a certain amount of truth to it. I get what you're saying, but God, my ears are bleeding.
Yeah. He likes to inflict the pain.
Yeah.
Andrew has his own.
Yeah. It's a little back and forth. Gotta love it.
I've already seen your R-rated books and your R-rated panels and your R-rated drawings, so I know there's a little devious in you, Andrew.
You ain't seen nothing. All right, guys. Before we wrap up, I'm gonna read the chat real quick. Make sure everybody knows I'm up to date on it. Ahmed says, Andrew, is your wife going to see Crawl the Crocodile? Yeah, I already said that. And then Tosspot says, as I said, scary. He was talking about the Glob World stuff. Then Ahmed says, or your wife is going to see Stuber with Dave Bautista because your wife loves comedy. She does. And that movie looks hilarious, but I'm probably not going to go see it in the theater.
Yeah, I refuse to let Bautista become anything more than...
Yeah. Do you know what's so funny? I was watching... I was flipping through some movies that I own, and do you remember the time when Adrian Brody was a comedy guy? He was like in a whole bunch of comedies. Then he did the movie about the pianist, and then all of a sudden he became the drama guy, and then they tried to rebrand him as the action hero, and they put him in the Predator movie.
Before that, King Kong.
Yeah. What has he been in since any of that?
None.
Nothing. Going action star killed his career.
Yeah.
But oh well, that I guess that goes back to anything about Dave Bautista. They're now trying to make him a comedy star. Well, a little bit of action,
because of his role as what's his face.
Tosspot says Stuber. What's that about? It's about a cop that can't drive, so he has to go on bus using an Uber driver, and it's a comedy, but it's funny. Then Tosspot says, is Sin City any good? If you're talking about the movie, the first movie is fantastic.
Yeah.
No.
The second movie, you should...
Yeah, leave the second movie alone. The first movie's great. The comic books are great.
Yep. Tosspot says, awesome. Loaded sucks. Sorry, Gen X. Tank Ferret says, I'm back. And then he says, dang it, gotta go again. So Tank is... he's playing hot potatoes with the internet right now.
Been there, done that.
And then Tosspot says, take care, Tank, 50-plus days to go. Ahmed says, I love Keanu Reeves. Dude, yeah, who doesn't? And then Tosspot says...
But that's the thing, is I want to stay loving him. I'm at this point, I'm like, I've been, you've done enough. I don't want people...
He made that horrible replica movie, and people still love him. So, I mean, come on.
He made Johnny Mnemonic, and people still love him.
But that was a good, bad movie. It's one of those...
Hey, I want to see the new Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
And that's what says, Tosspot says, I hope Bill and Ted 3 doesn't ruin Keanu's career, something that 49 Ronins couldn't do. 49 Ronins was freaking awesome. I have that movie at the store, and I watched it. I watched it a couple of times.
I need a second opinion.
The 49 Ronins is like...
Or was it 47 Samurai or something? Whatever. Yeah, whatever it is.
That movie, it's like Sucker Punch. Don't watch it for the story. It's just cool.
Oh, no. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I haven't watched Sucker Punch a second time. The first time was so traumatic.
No, don't pay attention to the story. Just look at the cool girl and
yeah, okay.
Do you guys want to?
I'll download that
samurai sword.
Do you guys want to know? You guys want to know something? You want to know something really, really funny? If you go into the back of the store right now, where I have the Blu-ray player set up, there are 2 movies sitting right next to the Blu-ray player. Guess what those 2 movies are?
What?
Debbie does tell us.
47 Ronins and Sucker Punch.
They're both cool visuals.
They are, and I'm not playing Sucker Punch in the store because I think it might offend somebody or something. I don't know. But 47 Ronins was fantastic.
It's live action anime.
It really is. I remember we seen it in the theater.
Yeah. Now look at the visuals of other live action anime, even though those aren't animes adapted.
Yeah.
The things that they've tried to, like the Dragon Ball Z live action movie, where it's just awful.
Oh, that was horrible from the casting all the way up to the get-go. It was it was bad. It was nowhere near as good as.
It's like I've seen these movies. I know you can do these visuals correctly.
Yeah, see, the Dragon Ball Z movie is a perfect explanation of a bombing movie. It's not like Pitch Perfect where they made 3 of them.
Realized.
Okay,
I just posted a meme. I joined the thing. It's like y'all are all complaining about Ariel and what that's doing to white people, but y'all do this to Japanese. And I looked at it and I did not realize it was the dude from what is that show that Shameless. I didn't realize it was that dude, and I'm like, I hate that dude. They chose him to be Goku. Oh my god, it's so horrible.
Yes.
That's at least they chose Ariel because she sang. And if you listen to that girl sing, you're like, you're hired. You're done. You're hired. I got you. I understand. But with that dude, what the hell?
I think doing new live action versions of all these classic Disney movies is an awful, horrible
redundant.
idea. When they should just re-release them in the theater and make free freaking
the
money.
vault.
Have
legitimately, the only one that makes sense is the Milan one coming out, and I'm like, oh man, I'm excited about it.
That actually looks really good.
Yeah, that's the only one that makes sense.
Potential to be very good.
Yeah, they're changing it. They decided to go back with the real story of Milan, not the Disney, that's what I heard. Rumors.
Well, I get a little Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon from it, which I think is fantastic. So,
I don't care about that one, but all the others, Beauty and the Beast, Dumbo. Okay, a live action version of The Lion King that's all CGI. It's all still animated. Just re-release it in the movie where the only money you're spending is pressing new copies to go to the theaters. Exactly. It's just free freaking money. It'll be a huge hit.
Actually, to be honest with you, my favorite live-action Disney movie as of late has been the Maleficent movie, and there's a sequel coming out to that, and that looks like it's going to be.
I like that.
Those are kind of its own thing.
Yes,
they're
a
retelling or a reimagining.
Yep.
Yeah, it's that's fine. But there's so many different legends and fairy tales and from all different cultures all over the world. If they wanted, there's so much material they could just take and do. They're scared to do anything original.
No, it's all about money, though. They don't have to go out and they're making money.
They're not doing a very good job because none of these movies have been that big.
Well, the Aladdin movie has made hand over fist money.
Is it?
But if you go into if you go into Target, they've already started clearancing the Aladdin toys.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because they're not popular, nobody wants them. But the movie itself did gangbusters.
Well, this whole generation has lost the collector vibe, so they don't even have that going for them.
Yeah, and little kids stop buying toys sooner these days. I've noticed that.
Uh-huh.
So that's because of the internet.
They move on to phones and video games and tablets.
If my kids
very young,
very, very quickly. Yes.
This is the question my kid has when he has $10. How much more money do I need to get the latest PS4 game?
Yep.
You know. So.
Do you know how many comic books I can buy for $10?
Right. Well, I know. I back in the. That's why I stopped. One of the reasons I stopped buying comic books is my dad kind of spoiled me by finding all those hot spots where the stores would get rid of their bulk, and we'd find those hot spots in all the flea markets where you could get them for 50 cents each. That's why I'm so intrigued by what you're doing. You're finding key issues in the 50-cent bin, dude. That's like,
it's because so many shops are going out of business, and there's tons of these copies.
It's sad, but what you guys are doing it's gonna end up, if anything, it's gonna end up being the very thing we thought were too bulky. We had too many issues. Nobody has. Now everybody got rid of them. It's kind of like the cards. Everybody got rid of them because they were too plentiful. Now only a few people has them.
It's going to be like $100 AK-47s from the 80s.
Well, now, are they valuable now?
Yes. Those Russian AKs that you could get for $100 because they couldn't. People would give them away. Gun stores would give them away. Car dealerships would give them away.
Oh, wow. Back in the 80s, we were so Reagan. The car shows gave away.
Those AKs, dude, they couldn't hardly get rid of them, man. They were everywhere. Russian built good AK-47s were like $100.
Now what are they, about $6,000?
The semi-automatic ones, they're $1,000. They could be about $1,000.
All right, I found one of those boxes with. Hold on a second. You guys talk for a second.
Because you can get a Wasser for like $600.
I'm getting really heavy into guns, but I'm only internet knowledge. I only have what I watch, so I'm very careful because I don't want people to. I don't want to start talking about a gun and people call me on it because I'm like admitting I don't know that much. But
I don't even know that much. I don't know that much.
You've shot more than a shotgun. I've shot a shotgun. I have never shot a pistol. And I'm like, how are you 40 years old and never shot a pistol? You know, it's like
it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
I'm learning more about bullets right now than I ever thought I would know. It's like what gun guys do you follow online? Any on YouTube? Any?
I don't actually follow any of them, but the ones I will because they all got demonetized. They had to find other ways to make money. But you know what? One of the best ones to watch because he also gives history lessons and he used to be a teacher is Hickok 45.
Hickok. Okay, yeah, I love Hickok.
He's one
my two guys are Hickok and Demolition Ranch.
Yeah, he's good for entertainment value.
Yeah, he's really kooky
because he blows a lot of cool stuff up. He blows stuff up.
What I like about him is kooky as he is, you can always tell that safety is an issue.
Mm-hmm. Well, these things are extremely dangerous.
Yeah. Hickok and Demolition is the only two I'm subscribed
to. Military Arms Channel.
And I will check them out.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
The gun YouTube channels.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Hey, check this out, Kodiak. You might get a kick out of this. I found some more of those special cards, including some more signed cards. Here's a signed card by Jimmy Palmiotti. Notice how it's not in a sealed case.
Dude,
screw down case.
It's mouth. It's motor mouth. It's whatever. Dude, give me a second because I'm gonna stumble over it. Stay on that card. Hold on.
Okay.
You guys. That is. I used to when I was a kid mistake him for Robert Downey Jr. What is his name? Morton Downey
Jr.
That's Morton Downey Jr. That is Morton Downey Jr. Tell me that's not.
The art on this card is done by Joe Quesada. So I mean.
Yeah, but tell me.
Palmiotti is Morton Downey Jr.
That's funny.
Tell me that is not. No.
And then I got some some Casey Jones signed cards and Randy Green signed cards. Oh,
Hobgoblin.
Yeah, these are some of that from that one Spider-Man set. The see-through cards that you were talking about.
Yep.
I had a bunch of them. Oh, here's a complete set of the 6 chromium cards from the Valiant set.
Those were good, dude.
Yeah,
Those were good cards, man.
Barry Windsor Smith.
That Turok is
yeah.
No. See, those aren't horrible like the Prism cards at all. What was that? Those X-Men cards. What series was that? I recognize those.
These?
Yeah.
These were from X-Men Series 2, but these were the gold foil ones that you got. You could actually complete a set of the gold foil sets. This is like Mark Casella on art. I mean, this is really bad.
Yeah.
Some of these were really bad.
They used all their second tier artists to put out.
Well, this was the 90s, so the second tier artists were,
That's what they had because all the top talent left.
Yeah.
That's right.
Dude, it hurt Marvel bad for a while.
To the point of bankruptcy.
Why do I have a hologram of a naked lady?
Because you're
I don't know.
Wait a minute, what is this set from?
You perverted degenerate.
Promo card from California Dreamin'. I didn't even know this. Yeah.
Oh.
He's trying to play it off, Avery.
Degeneracy.
Okay, here's the funny thing. I'll show you the back of the card. It's got a girl's name and it's got an 800 number listed. I don't know what these
800 number phone sex lines were big back.
Call it right now on air.
Yeah, I don't think
That'd be funny to see years later what that.
It still might be. It still might be a phone sex line.
Oh, here's another Brian Stelfreeze signed card.
Oh, cool.
What's this from? Awesome. This is yeah. And here's the Wolverine card from, I think this is Marvel Series 2, 1992 set. The blue hologram.
Oh, is that Art Adams?
That is Art Adams. Very cool.
Oh, nice.
There's the Punisher one from the first series. Oh, yeah, I got a whole stack of these. I doubt any of these are actually worth any money anymore, but...
No.
Probably not, but... We collected these. We found them. We sold them at stores and made money back. And
yeah, back when I sold my entire baseball collection for $20 to buy issue 1 a long shot, that's only like $4 now. But I think I had Chipper Jones rookie card in that set.
Oh, I got to double check and see if this is a complete set. But this was a series that DC put out. It was all villains, and all the cards were painted cards.
Never seen it before. Wow.
Yeah, and then the best ones in here were the these right here. These were Kent Williams.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Kent Williams did a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And Cersei by Kent Williams. There was.
That's another thing that oh my God, these
were
awesome.
Harris. What's his name?
Tony Harris.
Tony Harris. Yeah, he did several. See, each artist had like 9 cards in the set, and
yeah, I would get all the Kent Williams cards.
That's another thing that frustrated you about that era. You so much was coming out, you'd miss good things, and
yeah, you couldn't keep track of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, I back then as a teenager with no job, I could afford more of this stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I spent a lot of money on this stuff when I was a kid.
But we knew how to. It's weird. I had more money for stuff like that back then than I do now. And I didn't even have a job.
These were Alexander Gregory. I don't know who that is, but and then of course the Mark Chiarello cards, which were actually pretty good. Oh,
Mark Chiarello's an awesome artist.
Yeah. And then
love a lot of that stuff.
You had Simon Bisley cards.
I can see me hating it as a kid.
Ooh, Simon Bisley does Catwoman.
That's pretty crazy looking.
Yeah.
I guess I just did not.
Ah, Simon Bisley does Man-Bat.
Yes. I guess I just did not respect artistic reach back when I was a kid. I wanted to see Superman look like Superman, I guess. Because all the people I respect and love now are people I couldn't stand back then.
And we have the Bill Sienkiewicz, which was all digital.
Yeah, I didn't like that stuff.
Yeah, he was weird.
Early digital sucks.
Him and There used to be a back and forth between him and Dave McKean.
Yeah. I think Bill Sienkiewicz's painted stuff is so pretty.
Yeah. I like when Dave McKean would mix digital 3D stuff into his paintings and drawings. I liked it. When Sienkiewicz did it, I didn't. Because like that Mr. Punch book, where it's like part of it's a puppet, part of it's drawn, part of it painted, part of it's photographs, and it's all mixed together.
Yeah.
But when Sienkiewicz tried it, I was just like,
all right, see, this set here, this Continuity Comics card set. This is when each issue was bagged with a card. I worked at the store, so we pilfered through all the issues in order to get a complete set. But that's Adam Hughes, Kevin Nolan, some really nice cards here. Beecham on Samaree. But I have a complete set. Plus actually there was 18 cards. Yeah, or something like that. And then the last two were hard to find hologram cards. I have both of those as well. But here's one. Remember I was telling you guys about that one set of Creators Universe creator-owned cards? The chase cards are actually the checklist cards, which actually has all the images of all the different characters on it. There were 4 of them, and the checklists were actually the rarest cards in the set. Some of the rarest cards in the set, which I think is kind of funny.
I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, and here's another thing that was kind of cool. The chase cards, which we already seen these before. These were the 4 cards. The Intrepid by Dave Johnson, Enemy by Mike Zeck, U.S. Marshals by Cully Hamner, and Power and Glory by Howard Chaykin. And then there were the 3 by the Kuberts, Andy, Joe, and Adam. There was one more, and I never got it. It's the Hellshock card by Jay Lee. That was like the rarest of the card in the set.
I think I had that one though somehow.
Really? That's the one. That's the only one I did not have. But
I got a card out of something.
Yeah. See, that is like a card I'd like to have.
I think I taped mine into a sketchbook.
Oh, really? That's funny. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up for this evening, but let me go ahead and read what's in the chat, see what else was going on. Let's see. It's all about the in-game money, baby, says Ahmed. Yeah, that's absolutely true. He's talking about the re-releasing of the movies. Tosspot says, I may have dodged the 3rd-hour bullet on that one. My cop friend has a 47 that is spray and pay for $150. I have no idea what that means, but okay. And then he says, Demo Ranch is one crazy SOB. And then he goes, huh? Yeah, I really need to read the chat while it happens because it makes no sense when we read it way afterwards. And Evan Von Scriver says 47 Ronin is the greatest Keanu Reeves film. All right, on that, we're going to end the stream. Evan, you got the last word, and I agree that is one of the best Keanu Reeves movies. That's one that I highly enjoy. He says, I did mod stuffs. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you, Evan. You are a good friend. All right, everybody. I'm wrapping up for tonight. So glad you're here. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. And if you're in the Jacksonville area, come by the Beach Boulevard Flea Market. 10 to 2 usually is when I'm out there. Saturday and Sunday, come on by and check out my store. I did pay my rent for the next month, so I'm good to go. All right, everybody.
Misfit Corner is not flat.
Misfit Corner is oh, no. Check out my stomach, man. Oh, it's definitely not flat.